Good evening, everybody. I hope the first week of class has treated you well. It is Sunday, March 29th, and I hope you enjoyed the beautiful weather we had today. My family and I spent almost the entire day outside into the early evening, so I hope you had an opportunity to enjoy that as well. We are going to be looking at Chapter 2, specifically the PowerPoint. That's what I'm going to be covering in this week's lecture. I'm going to maybe break up this video into two separate videos, just seeing how long I go. I want to make sure that it's able to upload. So we'll see how this goes trying to record this with my kids in the next room. So we're going to talk about the marketing function. And the first thing it starts out with is talking about marketing orientation. So companies with marketing orientation focus on identifying and understanding customers' needs and wants and addressing them more effectively and efficiently than any other company or any other competitors. So when I teach marketing, I like to focus on one or two companies for all my examples. And so for this, I'm going to use Chick-fil-A. I think all of us have probably been to Chick-fil-A and probably enjoy it, hopefully, but we know that something that they do better than anybody else is their customer service. They're always polite. They're always quick. It's always clean and friendly. I don't think I've ever went to a Chick-fil-A across the United States that has not had a very clean, friendly environment. And that is just how they run their company. It has a lot to do with their business plan and how the corporate office chooses to run things and how they select who can own their stores. But that works for them. And that's a big part of their marketing, is how they treat people as you come in the door each and every time. All right, so why do customers matter in marketing? Well, if it wasn't for customers, there would be no business. So we as the consumers decide whether a business or product is going to be successful or unsuccessful. So marketing exists solely to help organizations understand, reach, and deliver value to their customers. The customers considered the cornerstone of marketing. If they can't reach their target demographic and get them to purchase the product, then their business is not going to be successful. So marketing is solely to help promote and reach the people they're trying to get to buy their product. All right, we're going to do two definitions right now, segmentation and targeting. Segmentation is the process of dividing potential customers into groups to better understand them. And targeting is determining which segments, so which groups you just identified, are most likely to become customers and direct marketing efforts best to satisfy them. So segmentation can be in all sorts of categories: race, age, gender, career, sports, anything you can think of, you can segment a market into. And so once you've determined which segment is going to potentially buy your product, that's how you then focus your efforts. So if you are looking at 15 to 20-year-olds, you're probably going to use some new music for your commercials, something that's very popular and up to date. But if you were targeting some population like 65 and older, you're not going to use the newest music that's out on the top 20 charts right now, right? They're not going to know what that is. It's not going to draw them in. So you might use something from their generation that was popular that would then pull them in and have them interested in your product. All right, defining our target market. So first of all, a business, you need to be able to identify who it is that you're targeting, right? Is it young, old, teachers, police officers? Are you targeting somebody who plays a certain sport for maybe a baseball product or a football product? So you have to know who it is that you're trying to sell to. You need to make sure that you segment and totally pick out who that is that you're looking to market to, and really define that so you know exactly who you are trying to bring in to buy your product. You then need to profile your target customer. So how much do they spend on this type of product? How often do they buy this type of product? What are they willing to pay? What's the competitor sell it for, and how much do they sell? Knowing those type of things about your customer. And then finally, you need to research to validate your market opportunity. So research can be done in multiple ways. You obviously want to know what your competitor is doing, seeing what their sales are, how they're marketing, how their business is going. You can do focus groups, bring in people and ask them questions, give them samples, let them try products. That's always a good way. And then something that's really big and pretty new in the last several years, I would say, is influencing. So I'm sure you guys know what a social media influencer is. So it's somebody who might be in the public eye, and they basically use your product and kind of promote it on social media, and they get reimbursed for their efforts in doing so. And a lot of people will use that nowadays to see what is going to sell and what's not going to sell. And they call it an influencer because Some of these people that are in the public eye have so much influence on people. Well, if they like it or they're using it, it must be good. So that's used a lot nowadays, and that's something that we haven't really seen a lot over the last 20 years, but in the last, I would say 2 to 5 years, that has become a really huge way for companies, especially smaller, just starting out companies, to market their products. All right, let's talk about value for customer. So value equals benefit minus cost. Price is only part of the cost, and then customers will consider competitors and substitutes. So as a customer, for me to get the most value out of the product, it has to benefit me the best way, not only by price, but how it's going to benefit my life. Is it going to make my life easier? Is it going to make me feel better about myself? Is it going to help me enjoy something better? So there's all kinds of different values besides just like a dollar amount when you talk about purchasing a product. Differentiation is how marketers optimize the elements of a product that provide unique value to customers. When a company can create greater value for customers than its competitors, it has the competitive advantage. So maybe your product is very similar to another, but you have something that just puts it over the top. Maybe you're selling a stadium chair, but yours has not only a very nice cushion, but it has a drink holder, okay? Maybe it's almost the same exact price, but because it has that extra little thing that's going to make your life more convenient, it puts you over the top and gives you a competitive advantage. So little things like that are what bring value to a product and help you set yourself apart from your competitor. Next, we have a value proposition. A value proposition provides a very simple question. Why should someone buy what you are offering? What is it about your product that should make them want to buy it? The value proposition should be clear, compelling, and differentiating. So, and if you're looking at the PowerPoint, it gives a little picture of all these green apples, and then there's a red apple right in the middle. So you have to make sure that your product stands out, that it's compelling, that it draws people in, that it allows them to get something different than if they would buy from your competitor. So the way that you proposition your product is how you're going to do that. All right, so we're going to get to the marketing mix. I'm going to stop this first video and start my next one in hopes that we don't have any trouble uploading. So we'll start that one here in just a second.